Alright, so this is a message that I received. I don't want to go into, I don't want to violate this person's privacy in any way. It's a very deep message. But I want to comment on it in order to do that, to help him as far as my advice is concerned, and to help anybody in this situation. I need to kind of go over what he's stating. So what he's saying is, I'm writing you this very important message about my struggle as a young man of color who's athletic, dealing with 16 years of being alone without a woman I desire to spend my life with. I am 28 years old. I've never had a love or sex life with a woman, due to how the media has made women all over the world hate men of color. A friend of mine advised me to buy one of those attractive sex dolls instead of getting an escort when I have sexual urges. Sometimes I even get mad not having a beautiful young woman to cuddle with when having a tough day at work as a guy who cleans buildings to survive in my life. My question is, how do I overcome this intense anger energy from exploding in my martial arts training and from making me mad every day? I grew up with no father. All I had was my mom, who worked full-time and went to college when growing up. I have no family, no friends, neither any girlfriend, and I'm now 28, going on 29, still alone. I need your advice to overcome this madness that turns me into thinking all women hate me for what other black men do to them. Thank you for your time. God bless. I talked to, my woman about that, and she read the message and she gave me her feedback, and I think it's a very deep message. I thank the person for opening himself up in that way to share those experiences with me. It takes a lot of courage to come out and be honest and truthful about, how you're feeling inside. And normally, in a psychology situation, it's a confidential discussion between you and your doctor. But here I'm putting it out in the public, but this person could live anywhere. It could be anybody. Essentially, it could be me. I can relate very much because for the longest, during my high school times and even during my college times, I had a really hard time connecting with the woman of whom I want to share these beautiful experiences of intimacy with. There's just a lot of inner struggle, to want something that you can't get. That's the thing about love. It's not just women, but just love in general. Because women deal with this too. It's not just the men. But just finding love is a very difficult thing. It's not something material, like, oh, you see somebody with a nice car, you're like, oh, let me work hard so I can buy that car too. You see somebody with a diamond ring, oh, let me work hard so I can buy that diamond ring. See somebody with nice clothes, oh, let me work hard so I can buy those clothes. Like, it's not something material. And even with a nice body, to a certain extent, you could see somebody, a bodybuilder, and be like, hey, he looks so fit, let me train hard so I can look like that. But when you see people in love, you can't just be like, oh, let me get that. It doesn't come so easily. It takes a lot of hard work, a lot of discipline, a lot of kung fu. And you're supposed to better yourself, body, mind, and spirit. And that should be your primary focus. It shouldn't be to be with a woman. It should be bettering yourself. So then women become attracted to you. Not because you're trying to attract them, but because it's in your heart to better yourself. In which, when you build up so much positive energy within you, women will gravitate towards you. Now, whether or not these women will be compatible with you, that's another story. Because the thing is, there's a lot of women and men out there that are just simply not developed body, mind, and spirit to an optimum level. So a lot of times you may be having people gravitating, attracted towards you that are not of the quality of which you would want in a lover. Okay, so as I was saying, it takes a lot of hard work. It's a discipline to better yourself, and the thing about it, you can't blame the media. You know, I mean, I could do it all day as well. I mean, I could say, hey, you know, and these could be justified stereotypes. You know, I could blame the media for making women only want tall guys. You know, where they don't want Chinese guys, and I have no hope because the media has transformed, you know, hypnotized people to only want the tall, dark, handsome guy that's non-Chinese, that's not short, you know. Um, I could think like that all day, but that's not gonna help my situation if I think that way. Even though some of these stereotypes, and maybe most of these stereotypes may be true. I mean, because you don't see any Chinese men in Hollywood like that. You don't see Chinese rappers and singers and dancers and actors, and you don't see Chinese people put out there in the media to be seen as sex symbols. You don't even see one of them. But as far as blacks are concerned, I don't see them as people that are undesirable. There's a lot of successful black men out there that are very desirable in many people's eyes. And I could make a whole list of them. You know, as far as Floyd Mayweather, Denzel Washington, Will Smith, LeBron James, Michael Jordan. I mean, the list just goes on and on and on. You know, every famous black person out there, Chris Rock, Chris Tucker, just all these black athletes, all these black actors. I mean, you cannot say that black men are undesirable. They are desirable, you know, very desirable. So you cannot put the power into the media and say, hey, you know, because the media is doing this, this is the reason why I am unsuccessful finding a woman. Because then you put the responsibility on something outside of your control. You cannot control what Hollywood puts out there. You cannot control this culture. You cannot control the government. You cannot control America. You can only control yourself and how you view this world, how you view people. So it's not to your benefit. Even if some of the stereotypes are true, you cannot think in that way, because then you're already lost when you pretty much just given up before even trying. You have to have hope to see that it's not about that. You know, it's about bettering yourself. You want to be the best human being that you can be. Body, mind, and spirit. Be intelligent. Be physically fit. Be healthy. Be spiritual. Be meditative. You know, if you believe in God, because he said God bless, so I'm pretty sure he doesn't believe in God, but if you believe in God, then you see that he'll take care of you. And you don't know what's planned out for you. God might have it planned out that, hey, you're not going to meet that special one until you're 40. But you can't just sit around and be depressed until that time happens. You have to be positive. Live your life the best that you could live it without that special someone until that time comes. Because we don't know when that time will come. It might never come. But you cannot live your life in hopes of finding something that is outside of your control. All you can really do is you live your life in positivity towards bettering yourself. And it has to be a genuine drive, motivation to better yourself. And not just body, mind, spirit, but even building success, building wealth. You know, if you're fit, if you're healthy, you're intelligent, you're spiritual, you're meditative, and you're successful, you have money. I mean, you have all these components that people want, men and women. So it's only natural for people to gravitate towards you. Now, at that moment, it just might be not that you're not attracting women, but it might be just you not picking up on the signals of knowing how to respond to a woman who shows an initial attraction towards you. It may be a certain way that she looks at you, a certain way that she smiles. It may be you not being confident enough to approach a woman whom is interested in you, but is just simply waiting for you to talk to her. But then you miss the opportunity because you don't have the confidence in yourself to go up to her and talk to her and get to know her. So there could be other issues involved as far as lack of development and confidence in yourself, in your ability to speak to people that you don't know. It could be areas that you need to develop. You may be too shy, and you need to break through that. You know, you may live too much of a private life and you just don't get out enough in order to meet people. You know, like you can't expect to meet the perfect one if you just stay locked in a room all day, every day. You may need to just get out and be around people more. You may have to join more clubs and participate in more activities so it increases your network of getting to know people around you. You know, those are all important components. Effort must be put towards bettering yourself. You know, and you need to find the greatest happiness that you can find being on your own. You need to find that happiness within you that is not dependent on another person, because that is true happiness. You cannot live your life feeling that you can only be happy if you're with a special someone. Even though that special someone can really enhance your life, it doesn't mean that your happiness is dependent on that person. It just means that that person assists you in feeling a greater amount of joy, because spending time with somebody and sharing some time with somebody is a beautiful experience. But you also have to learn to enjoy life on your own, in solitude, in meditation. Appreciate that. As far as like releasing those sexual urges, you know, you could use pornography. There's a lot of sex toys out there for men to use to just get that energy out. And that's something that you shouldn't have to feel embarrassed about, because it's just natural. But at the same time, it's not something that you should brag about. It's not something that you should openly discuss with people. It's none of their business. But it's just something where this is a part of your way of getting to know your body and expressing a part of you in which to understand that energy, that sex energy that you have within. Because that sex energy can be released through masturbation, that sex energy can be released through art, that sex energy can be released through training, exercise. That sex energy is released in many different ways. And if you haven't found the right partner, just find a safe and healthy way to release that energy until the right partner comes into your life. So do not sexually repress yourself. You know, there's an unlimited amount of pornography on the internet. There's a bunch of different sex toys out there to be utilized. You know, and you know, everybody's seeking for love, and very few people can find it, because you need to have love with yourself in order to seek for for love or to share love. You cannot share something that you don't have. So if you don't have self-love and then you want to find love from somebody else who also doesn't have self-love, then you're just basically two beggars meeting and nothing is happening. There is no love present because neither of you possess love. In order to have love, to share love, somebody has to have it within them. So it's like somebody that's wealthy. If somebody's wealthy, he can share the money with other people. But you can't have somebody that's poor share money with another person that's poor because they both don't have money. So it's very important to develop that self-love. And if you had self-love, you wouldn't be talking down about yourself in a way. You would not be talking bad about your skin color, or anything bad about yourself. Your height, the way you look, or whatever. If you're unhappy with the way that you look, then you got to put the energy into developing yourself so you no longer feel unhappy with the way you look. If you're overweight, then put effort to be in shape. But this person said he is in shape, so he's in shape. That's great. But there's something about not accepting where you came from, who you are. That's one of the biggest barriers into finding what you want in this life. You need to accept yourself. If you don't accept yourself, other people won't accept you either. Because if you don't accept yourself, then you're not going to be true to the other people because you're afraid that your truth, you don't even accept the truth about yourself. So you're not going to want to share truth with other people about who you are because you don't even accept that truth about yourself. Regardless of what the media is perpetrating or perpetuating out there, you have to shut that off. Maybe just stop watching movies, stop paying attention to the music, stop paying attention to any of that stuff, and focus on your own development, your own thoughts, and create your own little world of positivity, self-acceptance, and love. Develop that positive energy within you. And if you truly do that in the right way, then there will be people that will gravitate towards you. Why do you think everybody gravitates towards people that are famous and people that have money? People that are famous have men and women all over them. Ariana Grande, for example, in a concert, thousands of people come to see her. Justin Bieber, LeBron James, like everybody's gravitating towards them because of fame and money. Bill Gates, Warren Buffett, money and fame, and they gravitate towards people. So I'm not saying to go after money, I'm not saying to go after fame. I'm saying to develop that love within you. And when you have that love within you, people are gravitated towards love. Self-love and confidence. Women don't want to be with a man who is not confident. I'm not talking about false confidence. I'm talking about true confidence. You need to have true confidence in yourself. And if it's not true, if it's a facade, well, you need to fix that. You need to figure out why this confidence that you have is not real. Why is it unreal? So there's a lot of self-work involved. It's a lifelong journey. It doesn't stop. And you can't just expect to just work on yourself for 3 months, 6 months, a year, even 5 years and think, all right, I'm good now. No, because even if you do meet somebody, there's a lot of hard work to maintaining that relationship to make it last for eternity. And it's not an easy thing to do. So that's all I could say, is you need to work on yourself as a lifestyle. Basically, that's what Kung Fu is. You just keep training in Kung Fu and keep bettering yourself and prepare yourself. That's Bruce Lee saying, is luck is when preparation meets opportunity. So you need to be prepared for love, to be in love with the right woman. So in order to prepare, you need to better yourself, body, mind, and spirit, and even head after your career and be successful in your career. If you better yourself, body, mind, and spirit, and you're successful in your career, it just increases the chances and the opportunities that somebody will be attracted to you, that you share mutual attraction towards. You know, there's a lot of women out there that attract a lot of men, but they're not the kind of man that they want. They're not the quality man that they want. So there's a lot of beautiful women out there that are not happy because there's just not enough quality men in this world. And it's the same thing. You know, there's not a lot of quality women in this world. So if you have high expectations in who you want in a partner, it's gonna take a lot of patience, a lot of years before she comes into your life. And when she does come into your life, you better be prepared. You better be developed, body, mind, and spirit. And financially, you gotta be holding your own. You can't expect a woman to pay your bills, to pay for your gas, to drive you around, to pay for your meals, to pay for your clothes. You can't expect that. You need to hold your own. And not only hold your own, but you have to have so much that you are capable of sharing with the woman out of your heart. Not because you're trying to purchase her, but because you want to share, because you just have so much. So there's just no other option than to just keep moving forward, stay positive, keep developing yourself, and just keep your eyes open. You're not going to find the right woman if you have your eyes closed everywhere you go, or if you're asleep. You know, because that woman might be at the grocery store, working, checking you out. She might be working at the restaurant. She might be the waitress. You know, she might be at the gym. You know, she might be at your workplace. You know, and you always have to have your eyes open. Pay attention. How the person's talk, how the woman's talking to you, how she's looking at you, how she's smiling at you. Pick up on the cues. And once you find, when you get the right signals, then you can't have fear. You got to go after what you want, because you've been working your whole life, working hard towards finding that right one. So there's a lot involved. You know, it's not a quick fix. It's a lot of self-development required. Aspects of which I still work on to this day, and I'll be working on for the rest of my life. Because we all have weaknesses of which we need to turn into strengths. You know, and that's all I gotta say.